All right, hello everyone. Every one of you watching us live on K2.com and on YouTube. I am Victor Park here in the Lloyd District, and we are here because there is an extremely huge police presence. I'm here at the corner of, I believe it's 14th and Wielder. Let me show you what's happening right now. We see a lot of officers, more police coming through. Unmarked vehicles coming through here. We are seeing not just Portland police, but also transit police and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. Like you see, these officers have these high-powered rifles on their hand. They are searching for someone, and I know this because I was at the corner of 21st and Clackamas, again near the Lloyd District, and an officer was telling people, there was a couple walking with their dog, and the officer was telling them, you need to get back inside, it is not safe to be out right now. Then the officer turned to me and said, you need to get out of the area because you are in the perimeter, it is not safe. And so we obviously left. And so they are obviously searching for someone. Why? It is what we are trying to figure out right now. We're trying to get officials to tell us exactly what is happening. It is an extremely big police presence here in the Lloyd District. We have the access to the, it's called BOEC. It is basically the dispatch, and it's showing at least 64 units have responded to this area. 64 is a lot. It is something extremely rare, but that is what we're seeing right now. My photographer also saw 2 ambulances going with their lights and sirens into the area. Again, it is a big police presence. They have crime scene tape up surrounding this area. Again, this is at the corner of Northeast 14th and Wheeler. This is right, in the heart of the Lloyd District. It is a very densely populated area. A lot of people who live here, a lot of businesses, a lot of apartments, and a lot of homes. But as you see, almost every single block at least between 14th and all the way to at least, I want to say 28th Avenue is when they have it blocked off. They have units at each block. And many of these officers have those high-powered rifles out. Some of them also wearing what you might see in a riot, that kind of gear with the helmets, the tactical gear. If you're just joining us right now, there is this big police presence here in the Lloyd District. Again, we are at 14th and Wheeler, and they have several miles, I want to say, blocked off. It is not just Portland police. We're seeing a lot of unmarked police cars, and also the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office out here. What exactly happened and prompted them to come out in full force to surround this area, we do not know, and we're trying to figure that out right now. A lot of people are actually pulling over and asking what is going on, because it is not something you see that often. It's this huge police presence. We have been seeing officers just blaring with their lights and sirens coming in here and into the area. We have seen a lot of unmarked vehicles, a lot of pickup trucks with their lights and sirens coming in here. So obviously a big investigation underway. And we do know that they are searching for someone. I was at 21st and Clackamas here near the Lloyd District, and that is when I saw a female officer with her high-powered rifle telling a couple walking their dog, saying, go back inside, it is not safe to be out. And then she turned to me. I was obviously taking pictures, did not know exactly what was happening, just saw this big police presence that we happened to run into. And then she told me, you got to get out of this area. You are in the perimeter right now, and it is not safe. And then, so obviously I left. And here we are now at the corner of Northeast 14th Avenue and Wheeler. And so if you are in the area and you are within this perimeter, I would imagine officers want you to stay inside. Do not come out, and as they continue searching for this person. I could also see a drone going up in the air right now. And bear with me because we're also gathering video for our newscast, and so we're going to be moving around quite a bit. But yeah, there is a drone right up in the air. If that is from police or not, we do not know. But we have seen them use those kinds of tools to search for people. And this is a search that could last for hours. I mean, if they're this amount of units, I mean, you're talking about more than 60 units. I believe at last check it was 68 units according to the dispatch log. It's a lot, obviously. And we are hearing more sirens. Earlier, my photographer saw 2 ambulances going into the area. So whether someone was hurt, I mean, that could be it. And how serious is their injuries? Who was hurt and how? I mean, that's something we're trying to figure out. And hopefully Portland Police gets back to us as soon as possible. But this is obviously a big incident. Yep, another pickup truck right over here, unmarked, going inside with those lights and sirens. And I hear more coming right now. I'm just going to look at a map right now and kind of give you a perspective of what's happening. So again, we are at the corner of 14th and Wheeler. Northeast Broadway is shut down east of 14th. And it goes to the Lloyd Center. Multnomah Street also shut down. Halsey, Clackamas Street also shut down at least until 21st. And I did see some units also at 24th and Halsey, blocking that area off as we see more units arrive. And a lot of these officers have these high-powered rifles in the ready as they continue to have this area closed off, telling people to stay indoors. They even told me that, you know, I was in the perimeter earlier because you kind of just, I mean, if this was 21st Avenue and there were people just, you know, driving through, not knowing what was happening. And then now it seems like they have the entire area shut down. So again, it is east of 17th, south of Broadway, north of I-84, and at least west of 28th. And more officers arriving. No, that entire area is shut down. Sorry, they're not going to let you in. They're searching for someone. They've got high-powered rifles out. Yeah. I'm sorry, what? Okay. There were just people asking us some questions. This woman trying to get to work. It seems like she won't be able to because it sounds like where she works at is within the perimeter. And once again, if you're just joining us to see this large police presence here in the Lloyd district, more than 60 units, and it's more than 60 officers, obviously, have arrived here, and they have this entire area surrounded. They've also got a drone up in the air. This is east of 14th Avenue, at least until I want to say 23rd, maybe even 28th Avenue. They have a shutdown south of Broadway and north of I-84. This entire area, they are searching for someone. They have been telling people to stay indoors. They have been saying that it is not safe, and they are continuing to respond with more units, more police arriving right now. And we're not just seeing Portland police, it's also Multnomah County Sheriff's officers. We're trying to learn exactly what went down here. I mean, we're seeing some rumors online, but we have not confirmed anything specifically with Portland police. Okay, so that Tesla that just went in, it was a police officer. He said 17th. Yeah, so this is just spanning two neighborhoods. This is the Lloyd District and the Sullivan's Gulch neighborhood, all north of I-84, near the Kearns neighborhood. This is actually just up the street from the K2 studios. We were driving for our other story when we saw so many cops just convening into this area with their lights and sirens. My photographer also saw two ambulances rushing into this area. We do not know what's going on. Thank you. Just more people stopping. I mean, if you're familiar with this area, it is a very populated neighborhood. Obviously, the Lloyd District with a lot of shops. There is a supermarket around here, a lot of apartments, and a lot of homes around here. And so we've been watching people just walking their dog. Earlier, there was a couple walking their dog, and there was a police officer yelling at them, telling them to go back inside, saying that it is not safe. It is really hard to know exactly what happened, because we're still waiting for Portland police to tell us, but obviously they have their hands tied up as a search for someone continues. Whether there are two people or more, well, we have yet to see. But you know, one person could be enough to prompt this kind of response if, you know, this person committed a very serious act on someone, on a police officer. We do not know. We're just trying to figure that out. But this is obviously not normal for more than 68 officers to respond into one area, and it's a combination of Portland police and the Multnomah County Sheriffs. I'm also, right next to us is the transit police. So obviously a multi-agency response. Many of them with those high-powered rifles, some of them wearing heavy tactical gear, including helmets. Do not know. Just a really large police response right now. Yeah. Yeah, some more people coming across us just asking us what happened, and you know, it's really not much we could say besides what we're seeing. yeah, it's just endless. It's just more officers responding. Here we go. We see another one over here. I'm kind of just observing. So here's a gray pickup truck and another pickup truck arriving. Okay, and then we have another officer in full tactical gear. Let me get out of the way. So instead of seeing some of these units go inside this perimeter, I'm seeing actually some leave the area with their lights and sirens. So who knows where they are going. But here we go. We see this one entering here. So many unmarked vehicles, and typically when you see that, those are the CERT. You know, they're special weapons, and I mean, what's usually commonly known as the SWAT team, but Portland Police doesn't call it that. They call it a CERT team. It's usually them in those unmarked cars. Sometimes we see detectives going in with those unmarked vehicles. And so just a combination of officers arriving. Again, at last check, it was 68 units. This is growing significantly more. In fact, I'm going to check in with my desk to see what they are seeing right now.
How you guys doing?
Good, really, really busy. We're also live right now. And for many of you who are just joining us or have joined us in the last 5 minutes, we've been talking about this large police presence east of, well, in the Sullivan's Gulch neighborhood and the Lloyd district here in Northeast Portland. We are at the corner of Northeast Wheeler and Northeast 14th. And there is crime scene tape around here, but the perimeter is much larger than what you are seeing on the camera. There are officers blocking Northeast Broadway between 14th and all the way to, I want to say, at least 28th Avenue. And then from I-84 all the way to Broadway. It is a huge area. Every single block has at least one officer with a unit, with tactical gear, with high-powered rifles, some of them wearing helmets too. And we're seeing a combination of Portland Police, the Multnomah County Sheriffs, and even Transit Police. But we've sort of been watching the behavior of these officers, and earlier they were, it was a lot more tense. I mean, we saw, or at least I saw some officers yelling at people to stay inside and saying that it is not safe. But now it seems like it's sort of a lot more calm, and some of them are, as I'm watching more units come in. On the right-hand side, it seems like the officers seem to be concentrating in that area more. And, you know, just 14th, 15th, so it's around 17th. 17th Avenue seems to where they have been concentrating more. There's also a drone up in the air, presumably perhaps is from the police. There were two earlier. Okay, my photographer is telling me there were two drones earlier, and they have been focusing around that area, 17th and Wheeler, 17th and Clackamas. Something went down there to prompt this huge police response. My assignment desk is telling me he's seen 72 units respond here. That is at least 72 officers surrounding this area. And obviously that could be, the number could be much higher than that. That is what we're seeing on the dispatch log. But I mean, with the amount of officers that we're still seeing arrive, More sirens. If you're in the area, I mean, Portland Police wants you to stay indoors. And we know that they're searching for someone because that is what an officer told me earlier. I wish I could give you guys more details, but I mean, we do not know much right now. We're trying to confirm some, information that we've been hearing, but I mean, we just can't report that right now until we confirm it. But this is obviously not just someone who just simply, committed some kind of simple crime. No, and first of all, we don't even know if it's more than one person. It could be more, but at least, one person committing a serious crime. If it's on a police officer, it would, and depending on that crime, it would prompt this kind of response. But we do not know exactly what this person did for them to bring in these many officers to search for them, and then obviously 2 drones up in the air to search for them. And Corey, I'm just going to step in front of the camera real quick. If you could follow me right over here, I'm going to show the officers, to give you an idea of how some of these officers are dressed and what they're wearing. I wanted to walk over here to show you. We're going to come over here because there are some officers here, and you're going to see them with those high-powered rifles. At least one right over here, also wearing a helmet. I mean, this is what we have been seeing all around. In fact, not just Portland Police, but also we've been seeing Multnomah County Sheriff's officers. But this is what we've been seeing them wearing, even just blocks down, block after block, an officer at each corner as they continue to search for this person. Again, 2 drones up in the air, and dozens of officers, more still arriving here. This is the corner of 14th and Wheeler. This whole perimeter is going way back to at least 21st, possibly even 28th. We've seen them over there. We've seen them blocking Northeast Broadway and everything north of I-84. Again, what prompted them to have this kind of response, we're still waiting to confirm those details with Portland Police, but we expect to hear and learn more about that in the next few minutes, maybe hopefully within the next hour or so. We're going to stay on top of this and live throughout this evening as we continue watching Whitler. Okay. Thank you. And to the point, I mean, we just heard the officer told us to get, she wants us on the sidewalk because we have been seeing so many dozens and dozens of vehicles, unmarked police cars arrive here, and some of them marked too, but many of those unmarked police cars, a lot of them are part of the Portland's CERT team. That's the tactical team. I mean, who knows if they know exactly where this person is at, but a lot of times those officers will come here and come up with a plan and execute it if they know where this person is at. But the search is on. We'll see if they do know, because it seems like they've been concentrating in the area of 17th and Clackamas. That is where we've been seeing a drone circle the area. We've been seeing a lot of police cars arrive in that area. So if you are living around there, you certainly want to stay indoors or be on the lookout at least. But as we continue watching over here, traffic trying to get through being diverted. And my assignment desk just told me that it's 75 units now arriving. So again, just keeps climbing as we continue seeing them arrive. But a very serious situation. How many people are they searching for? That remains unclear. One person, enough to commit commit enough damage to cause this kind of response. Weidler. Across the street. I should also mention the officer that you saw earlier with that heavy tactical gear is actually from the Port of Portland Police. So now we're seeing not only just Portland Police, Multnomah County Sheriffs, but also the Port of Portland assisting Portland Police with this perimeter. This is a very busy area here in the Lloyd district. Obviously, you have the mall right here, and then you have a theater right there. I believe it's a Regal Theater just down the street, and a whole lot of restaurants. A lot of places are closed today due to the holiday, but we have been seeing a lot of businesses open too. So a lot of them being disrupted this evening because of this the search for this person or persons. Again, as we continue to watch this, the area east of Northeast 14th all the way to at least, I want to say, possibly 28th Avenue is shut down. That area, 14th to 28th and Broadway, all the way down to I-84. It is a very densely populated area, concentrated in the Sullivan's Gulch area and of course the Lloyd district. That is how big this perimeter is, with every single block with an officer with their high-powered rifle blocking the way. When we first saw this, so I was at Northeast 21st near Clackamas, and I just saw so many police cars arriving with their lights and sirens. Had no idea exactly what was happening, and didn't realize that was a perimeter. I thought I was outside of the perimeter, but it turns out, so this officer, she was out there with her rifle, and she yelled at a couple walking their dog, saying, "You need to go back inside. It is not safe to be outside." And then, I'm sorry, I was just listening to that officer, what he was telling the other officer. But anyway, so I was at that corner of Clackamas and Northeast 21st. And that is when the officer turned to me and said, "Hey, you need to get out of here. You are in the perimeter. It is not safe to be here." And here it is, Multnomah County Sheriff arriving also right now. We've been seeing them. So we're seeing Portland Police, Multnomah County Sheriffs, and the Port of Portland all in one picture right now. They are working to keep this area shut down. Allowing my photographer to get those shots. Okay, so this is what I just got in the last minute. This is an email. It says, the Special Emergency Reaction Team, that's the CERT team I've been talking about, is being activated to search for a suspect who fired shots at Portland police officers in the area of Northeast 17th Avenue and Clackamas. They said 2 officers have been transported to the hospital by ambulance. Again, Portland police confirming 2 officers were shot. They have been transported to the hospital by ambulance. So a suspect who fired shots at Portland police officers. And then they all went on to say numerous roads are closed between Northeast Broadway and Northeast Multnomah, Northeast 15th and Northeast 21st. CERT and the Crisis Negotiation Team are en route for the block search for the suspect. They also said no vehicular or pedestrian traffic is allowed, obviously. And people within the perimeter are being asked to stay inside with their doors and windows closed. If anyone has information about the location of the suspect or sees anything suspicious within the perimeter, should call 911. Again, we're just learning right now if, Corey, sorry. Again, within the last couple of minutes, we have just been able to confirm with Portland police that suspect fired 2 shots at 2 Portland police officers. Those 2 officers have been sent to the hospital in an ambulance. And now that is what prompted this big search for this suspect. They are asking people to stay indoors, lock your windows, and lock your doors. The police have not given us any details about the suspect, but say if you have any information about the suspects, to call 911. And here we are. We are seeing, this is the CERT team right here. With their heavily armored vehicle as they enter. So it seems like they may, know exactly where this person may be at, but that is a CERT team entering right now. It is a Special Emergency Reaction Team. Other departments call it the SWAT team, but obviously Portland Police calls it CERT. We just saw one of them. We could end up seeing more of those armored vehicles arrive. Typically in this kind of instance, again, 2 officers sent to the hospital in an ambulance after a suspect fired shots at them. Their condition is unknown, as Portland Police is not saying it. But at some point, we expect officers to tell us where a media staging area is at so that they could give us more answers. And I've been, saying this entire time, something serious obviously is prompting this kind of big response. And now we know, again, 2 officers sent to the hospital because of the shooting. Yeah, one of my colleagues is actually at that movie theater I was talking about, and he had just gotten out of a movie and then saw the major crimes truck pull up, and that was at 16th and Multnomah. So again, anywhere around here, you're going to notice this huge police presence. with the Multnomah County Sheriff's, Portland Police, and of course the Port of Portland, and now these 13.
What's going on?
2 officers
Shot?
Yeah, and they've been sent to the
Is this
hospital.
an Antifa thing?
I have not
Or
confirmed any of that.
illegal immigration?
No, I have not been told that at all.
Okay.
So obviously some opinions from, or questions from people around the area wanting to know. But anyway, we do not know anything about this suspect besides the fact that this person shot at officers. We do not know their identity. Police have not given us any details of how they look or who to be on the lookout, except that if they say if you see anyone suspicious, to call 911, or if you know anything about this suspect. How people could know exactly, I don't know. I guess you just assume that someone looks suspicious, but I wish that Portland Police could give us more details so that people could be, on the lookout. But at the same time, they also don't want anyone looking out the window, right? They want people to stay indoors, lock your windows, lock your doors. If you are anywhere between Northeast 14th and Northeast 21st and south of Broadway and north of Multnomah Street. That is this entire area that has been closed off. As the CERT team and the crisis negotiation team arrives and tries to, capture this person, but although they know where this shooting happened, they're going to try to figure out exactly where this person is, and that's why they also have this drone up. We do not know if they know exactly where that person is, what apartment building or house. Okay, I'm going to start getting ready for our 10 o'clock newscast, so bear with me. Do you know what I'm dialing it into?
1.
Okay. All right. So for ARC, we want to kind of do the same walk and talk.
Yeah, I'm
That's
checking
cool.
this real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Take a sip real quick. Put my coffee down there.
Have they given you a media station?
Not yet. They'd confirm all the details, like of what happened, but no media staging.
Needing one?
Yeah, this is what they gave us. All
Okay.
this, just confirming like what happened. But yeah.
If they say one, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Also, we were live online, but now we're gonna be live on TV. So I'm gonna walk over here and kind of show.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure there's no cars with lights on.
Okay. Oh, they did? Okay.
Side of Holiday Park, across from the Lloyd Center. Is where he's saying.
Holiday Park at the Lloyd Center. Okay. No, all right.
Park,
Cute.
park.
Okay, thank you.
Try sending an ambulance and I got so they can probably use that.
Okay.
So set that down. Hope it goes through.
Yes. Also, I was just told by an officer that there is a media staging area, so we're gonna head back. We're gonna head there after this hit. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes. And just so you know, for those of you watching us online right now, I'm just getting ready for the 10 o'clock newscast on KUNP. But I've got a transcript here from Broadcastify. It's a service that basically records dispatch, and it's got it saying, quote, "For anyone coming over to this site, just be advised, suspect is still outstanding." They give us the suspect's description of a white male, mid-30s. This is, I believe, from the Portland fire response. Because it's saying truck 13. I got 2 officers shot, 1 in the leg, 1 in the arm and ear, trying to make sure I don't have a third. And then it said truck 13 copy. And then someone tells one of the other firefighters to please down your ballistic vests and helmet. So it sounds like we're going to play that audio back during our 11 o'clock newscast. If I could get a hold of that audio, I'm going to play it back for you guys. Okay.
Let's start over here, so it'll be really such flashing over here. Then we can work over there.
Okay, well, I'm like right.
Oh yeah, so I didn't mean to go that far over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll go off the shoulder to show them.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Let's start over here, so it won't be so. That's what I was trying to get you out of like.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Because where you were, we can see this. That's why I was trying to get you out there.
Okay.
And that email went through, so maybe they'll use it.
Daniel, are you going to be using the Broadcastify sound? Okay. Okay, here we go. Well, Barry, we are at the corner of Northeast 14th and Weidler, and let me show you the scene right now. We have a lot of police officers down the street over here searching the area of 17th and Clackamas. We've been seeing them with drones. We also saw the SIR team arrive. That's their essentially their special weapons and tactics team. But let me show you the what officers are wearing as they convene into this area and set up this perimeter right over here. We can see some officers here. We have Portland, the Port of Portland, along with the Portland Police, and you can see them wearing those helmets and also a heavily armed rifle, obviously. So we're seeing that kind of response along with Multnomah County sheriffs out here. I could tell you that earlier we were at the corner of Northeast 21st and Clackamas when we saw a couple walking, and that is when the police officers came out and said, hey, get back in, it is not safe. And Portland Police actually is asking people to keep your windows and doors locked and stay inside. They are, continuing to search for this person who apparently shot at 2 police officers here tonight. We also saw ambulances arriving. So a big police presence here between Northeast 21st and Northeast 14th here, covering 2 neighborhoods, the Lloyd District and the Sullivan's Gulch area. Yeah, it's something actually we do not exactly know why. What prompted police to arrive in this area and to, make contact with this person? That is unclear. We're hoping to learn from police within the next hour. I know they have a media staging area at Holiday Park, so we're going to head there right after this live shot, and hopefully we could get some of those questions answered. But yeah, what prompted the police to make contact with this person and the identities of not just the suspect, but also the 2 police officers? Portland Police is also not saying the conditions of those officers, so a lot to gather in the next few hours, but it is no doubt going to be a long night here in the Lloyd District. I'll send it back to you, Barry. Thank you.
Head over there and give him a tripod down.
Yeah, okay, I'll follow. Holiday Park. Are we still up? Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, to give him a tripod, I said.
oh, yeah, sorry. No, I just want to communicate with, what's his name? Steve. Okay, for those of you watching right now, we're going to head out and go to Holiday Park and give you some updates, but we're going to stay up.